Hello and welcome to what technically is the third episode of Talking Crap with Cody. I ran into some issues and Audacity basically lost all of my files for the second episode I was going to post. But maybe this will work out a little bit better. So, what I did with the last episode is I basically just answered questions about, and personal questions about me, but not like super personal. I just Googled questions to ask, and I answered at least 25 questions. But I lost all the audio to that, so I figured I wanted to get a episode out for Halloween. So I figured, well, let me just record a Halloween themed questioning thingy, I guess. So I pulled up some new questions. I'm going to answer these questions, and then maybe next week when I release an episode, it'll be the more personal questions again. But these questions are going to be Halloween themed, and yeah. So I just want to say a quick thank you to listening to this. Thank you for interacting with me on Twitter. I really enjoy hearing what you guys think and everything, so keep it up. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at Talking Crap at Talking Crap W Cody. For some reason I picked the longest name to have, so I had to cut out with and just put a W in there. So you get the idea. Talking Crap W Cody on Twitter, and on Facebook it's Talking Crap with Cody. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the show. So I got these questions pulled up. They're Halloween themed from Twitter. I guess I could give some credit to the person who posted this. Hold on. inmurphy.tumblr.com is supplying these questions for this episode. Not for this episode, but they posted it and I found them. So now I'm reading them and answering them. So let's get started. Question 1. What are you doing for Halloween? Not really doing much. I'm going to take my kid trick-or-treating with my wife. We're probably going to go to, we're definitely going to go to our different parents' house. We're going to go to her parents' house. We're going to go to my parents' house, get some candies, and then we're probably going to come back and, have some fun at the house eating the kids' candy, because she can't eat candy yet. She's too little. She's too little. Question 2. Are you dressing up this year? If so, what? Kind of. I mean, we had this whole plan where we were all going to dress up as like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, or at least Disney themed characters or whatnot, but it just kind of got away from us this year, and we couldn't really afford all the costumes. But my daughter's gonna be going as what's her name, Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Wife's gonna go as Minnie Mouse, and I'm gonna go as the Big Bad Wolf. And yeah, we're not really matching all too well as we wanted to, but hey, shit happens, and this is what you get, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be a werewolf. I basically have like a werewolf mask and gloves and stuff, and I bought them one year. And this is funny because I actually bought the mask I think the year prior to this situation that I was in, but I bought the mask with the gloves and everything, but I ended up buying vampire fangs the following year, but I didn't know what exactly I wanted to go as, so I ended up putting the vampire fangs in and going as like the big bad wolf, wearing a leather jacket and everything, and looking like a biker or whatnot. So if it got too hot, I would take the werewolf stuff off and be a vampire biker. So yeah, that was a weird tangent, but yeah, I'm going to be basically wearing that mask and going as the big bad wolf while my little 10-month-old goes trick-or-treating. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing and what we're going as for Halloween. Question 3. Favorite pumpkin-themed food or drink? Not pumpkin-themed. Oh, man. I can't drink coffee, so pumpkin spice lattes are out of the question. I don't know, pumpkin pie, I guess. I haven't really had much other pumpkins. I like squash and, butter them up and whatnot and eat them. But I don't know. I haven't really... I like my pumpkin pie, alright? Just leave it at that. I love my pumpkin pie, so that's my favorite pumpkin-themed food. I don't know if that's really Halloween or not, but yeah, pumpkin pie is my favorite pumpkin-themed food. Are you superstitious? This is question 4. No. I wouldn't say so. I mean... I play into the superstitions sometime. Like, I never really considered myself superstitious. I think more like it's fun and games, you spilt salt, so throw some of the salt over your shoulder. Don't walk under ladders. You break a mirror, you got 7 years bad luck. And I kind of love cats. I'm not a cat person, but I like cats. So black cats just don't scare me. If I see a black cat, I'm like, oh, look at a little kitty. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. I don't consider myself superstitious too much. So I would say no to that question. Yeah, I'll leave it as no with a question mark. How about that? Favorite horror film? Question 5. You know what? I would have to say Saw. Well, hold on. I'm going to pick 2 here because I have 2 favorites. I have Saw and Saw 2. The rest of the Saw franchise I don't like. But the first Saw, I mean, it was so new and like it just felt so different from all other horror, slasher, whatever films. Like it was, when it came out, I was so scared to watch it at first because it was... like all the hype and everything that came with it just kind of made it seem like too scary for me. I think I was 15, and I don't know, at that point I was a little bit of a pussy, but yeah, I think the build up for it is what scared me the most. But when I actually watched it, I was like, wow, this is a really cool movie. And then Saw 2 came out, it just opened my eyes further for that, or it turned the entire horror genre around. Like, in normal horror movies, you have the killer or the spooky person, and then you have the victims who are completely dumbass, stupid fucking idiots in the first place. And then killer kills, and then you always have the one person, normally a girl at the end, who's just like traumatized by what just happened, and that's played out way too much. But at least in Saw, like, they have 2 people who are equally as guilty in a certain situation, and then they have to find a way out of their current situation and build either, like, they can either help each other out or they can completely just screw each other over, which in the end that's what they did. But yeah, as spoilers, by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil that movie. Saw's been out for like 10 years now, so get over yourselves. Anyways, so yeah, Saw and Saw 2 would be my favorite horror films. Say what you want about that, but yeah, I got to tell you that Saw and Saw 2 are my favorite horror films. Question 6. Do you have any Halloween traditions? No, not really. just put on the costumes and whatever, but I wouldn't even call that a tradition because sometimes I don't even put on a costume. A lot of the times it's like twice now I've bought those fangs where you put like the little adhesive or whatever, the form fitting gel inside the tooth, and then you put the tooth on and it dries to fit your tooth. So yeah, I've done that, but as far as like an actual Halloween tradition, we haven't really started any. As far as with having a brand new family, married with a kid, haven't really started any Halloween traditions. Hell, haven't even started any Christmas traditions yet. So all that's going to be figured out within the next couple of years for sure. So as of right now, no Halloween traditions. Question 7: could you handle staying the night in a haunted building? No, absolutely not. I don't know if this goes back to like the superstitious question, but if anything to do with ghosts or anything, I'm out, because the dead need to stay away from me, because I don't like to be around that type of spooky stuff. So if we're talking in like an actual haunted building where there's actual ghosts and stuff, no. Not that I really truly believe in ghosts, but I don't want to find out, you know what I mean? Like no. At a haunted building, no. And if we're talking about a haunted building where there's going to be people dressed up in masks and have like chainsaws running all night, absolutely not, because I like my sleep. So I'm not going to have you running a fucking chainsaw past my face while I'm in fucking 3 layers of REM. So get off of me. No. I would not stay in a haunted building. I'm sorry. I'd go through a haunted building, but I'm not staying the night. Nope. You call me what you want, but I'm not staying in a haunted building. All right. Question 8. Most memorable Halloween costume. Ooh, Cookie Monster when I was like 5 years old, because I wanted to be Cookie Monster so bad, and I relate so much with Cookie Monster because I love cookies. So I would say my most memorable costume would be the Cookie Monster. Next to that would be the Red Power Ranger, which was the following year. So, but no, Cookie Monster probably the most memorable, because I wore that like the whole week before Halloween, and oh man, yeah, I really love that costume. Hell, I even love it right now because it was such a cool costume. I don't care what you say. I love that costume. Love it today. If I could still fit in it, I'd fucking wear that instead of going as the big bad wolf. Just saying. Alright, question 9. Have you ever egged or toilet papered a house asleep? Now, is that like asking in general, or asking like, have you ever egged a person's house during the Halloween season? During the Halloween season, probably not. I mean, I guess homecoming's in like the end of September, and Halloween season basically starts at the end of September. But yeah, I've egged. I've never egged somebody's house. I definitely TP'd. And the funny story about that was we had the biodegradable toilet paper, and it rained that night, and it completely just like disintegrated. So there was really nothing left to show after that. So technically, yes and no, because I did the act of toilet papering somebody's house, but then the rain made it all dissolve, and it just kind of wasn't there anymore. So good on them for no cleanup, but sucks for us because our prank never got its fullest, I guess. So yeah, yes and no to toilet papering somebody's house, and no for egging somebody's house. I've never egged anybody's house, because my house got egged once, and it was in the summertime, and I think this was my parents' house, and I think you can still see some of the egg residue on the side of the house. And also this past summer, my car got egged. So of course I'm not fuck egging somebody's house or egging somebody's car either, because that shit stays. It doesn't go away. So Yeah, I never egged anybody's house. Question 10. Ever experienced any paranormal activity? Yes. I have personally experienced something that I could not explain multiple times. The very first time that I can think of that was a very big shock to me, because you hear noises and everything in houses or doing this, that, or whatever. You have those types of experiences, or even messing with a Ouija board when you're a kid, which, by the way, kids, please don't mess with Ouija boards because they are not cool. If you mess with a Ouija board, that's on you, but I'd still say don't do it because they're creepy. I've done it. That's, scarred for the rest of my life. Don't touch a freaking Ouija board. Anyways, have I ever experienced paranormal activity? Yes, and I'll explain that. The very first time, I was working at a movie theater and projection. I was doing the whole projection thing. And I was sitting there writing down lyrics to a song. I remember the song title. I called it Confessional Creep because, I was like, oh, that's such a cool song name. By the way, copyrights Cody, so don't take that. Anyways, I was writing the song, and then I felt like this presence behind me, and it felt like a big presence. So I thought it was my boss, because he was kind of a bigger guy. So I thought it was my boss standing behind me, kind of like reading over my shoulder. So I kind of took my first look, and it was like a split second, like look to make sure somebody was there. I saw that somebody was actually standing there. So then I took like a double take and a triple take. And the second time I didn't see anybody, but the third time I kind of seen like a gray mist of like a woman wearing a gray dress and a bonnet and everything, and then like faded away. And then I just like kicked back and pushed myself away from my desk, and I sat for a second, and then I was like, So I grabbed all my stuff, went all the way back downstairs, went into the break room, and I sat there for a second, went out and started telling people what I just witnessed. Because I was halfway through writing a line on paper. I was writing a line for the song, and that's when I felt it, and I was just like, I'm done. And then I mean, that's all I have for evidence. I never finished the fucking song either, because, gosh, I want to know where it's at, because I know I still have it somewhere, but I never finished it, and I probably never will, because where I left it at was when I saw whatever I saw. And yeah, so that's the first like memorable experience that I had. But the second one, and this one has got to be the creepiest and most bizarre one that I've ever experienced. So, this was after my first engagement fell through, and I was living back with my mom and dad, and I was in the basement, and I had just, got done talking with my mom and dad, and I was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. So I went downstairs, and you can hear the steps going down, and I went downstairs, shut all the lights off, and where the room was kind of like underneath the steps, but it was a nice sized room, enough for one person to, comfortably sleep in there and have a TV, dresser, and whatever. So, I was in there, and I laid down. I had a little lamp next to me, had it turned on, had the TV on, and then as soon as I turned the lamp off, and I was getting ready to set the timer for the TV to go off, and I was going to go to sleep, but as soon as I turned the lamp off, I heard footsteps coming down the stairs, and I was like, oh, it's my mom. She's probably going to be doing laundry. So they get all the way down the steps, and then I hear knocking at my bedroom door. And I was like, who is it? And no answer. I was like, Mom? And no answer. So then I was like, whatever, this is weird. So I turned the volume up, and I hear it again, knock, knock, knock. And I was like, all right, this is weird. So I get up and I open the door and nobody's there. And I was like, oh, this is really weird. So then I shut my door, I lay back down, and I turn my TV down a little bit, but then it turns back up by itself. And I was like, the hell? So I turn it back down, and it turns back up. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? This is fucking nuts. And then it kept turning on and off, and I was like, fuck this. I turned my lamp on, rolled over, and fell asleep. So, yeah. As far as have I ever experienced any paranormal activity? Yeah, yes, I have. I've experienced paranormal activity. Paranormal is basically not normal activities, so yeah, I would say that's not normal. So, yeah. Moving on. Question 11. Scared of the dark? Yes. Yes, I am very much scared of the dark, and I would have to say that goes back to when I was a child. My sister would always just play horrible tricks on me, and hell, I was even afraid of my parents' basement. I still am today, and that I would blame that all on my sister because the pranks she would pull. I did, however, get her back one day. I hid behind her door for like 5 minutes, and then she comes walking into her room. I had a recorder in my hand, and I played the highest note I could play, and it scared the shit out of her. She took off running into the living room, jumped on the couch, and covered up with a blanket, and just sat there and shivered. It was the funniest fucking thing I ever done. Anyways, but yeah, I would have to say, yeah, I'm scared of the dark, and I'm scared to go in basements alone. So, and I do blame my sister for that. So, question 12. Do you like carving pumpkins? Kind of. I don't like the smell of pumpkins being carved. I really don't like having to smell it. I don't, and then like feeling but actually carving the faces into the pumpkin. Yeah, I enjoy doing that. I do that. So, do I like carving pumpkins? Yeah. I'll say yeah. Yeah, I do. Question 13. Favorite thing about Halloween? You can be whoever you want to be on Halloween. Actually, you can be whoever you want to be in real life, like out there, do whatever you want to do any other day. But Halloween, it's actually more acceptable to be, let's face it, it is more acceptable to be whoever you want to be on Halloween, because everybody's doing the same thing on Halloween, being something that they're usually not. So I love Halloween. I love the feeling that comes with fall and everything. So the entire Halloween season I love. Although right now I'm not enjoying the fucking freezing cold that's coming with it, because normally at this time it's still in like the 60s and 70s, occasionally 50, but now it's like 50, 30s, and 40s. So I'm not liking Halloween this year, but normally, yes, I enjoy Halloween, and my favorite thing about Halloween is that you can be whatever you want to be without judgment. 14. Least favorite thing about Halloween? Sometimes it snows. Yes, sometimes it snows, and I hate that about Halloween. That's the one thing that I could deal without, and I know that's basically because I live in fucking Iowa, but that would be my least favorite thing about Halloween, is that it snows sometimes, and the cold. I don't like cold. So, question 15. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes and no. With my experience of paranormal activity, I would have to say yes, but also it's still an iffy thing about that. But yes and no. I believe there's things out there that we can't explain. I also believe that there's a specific world, I guess you could say, that hosts the dead, but I don't know if I'm not entirely comfortable with saying ghosts, I guess. So, I'd have to say yes and no to that one too, because my mind goes back and forth between that. Ghosts are real, ghosts aren't real. It's this, it's that, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I'd have to say yes and no to do I believe in ghosts. So my favorite candy is what's being asked on question 16, and this is the last question. So I'm probably gonna have to find another round of questions because we're only a half hour in. Wow. Anyways, question 16. Favorite candy? Almond Joy is my favorite candy. I love the coconut, like the coconut sauce that's inside. The almond itself. I love almonds and chocolate. Gotta love chocolate. So, yeah, Almond Joys are my favorite candies, or my favorite candy. Followed quickly by Twix and Kit Kat, Snickers, Three Musketeers, and basically anything with chocolate. So, yeah. But Almond Joy's my favorite. Alright, so that is over with. So I think I'm going to find a new round of questions. Ooh. Okay, this is a would you rather from Bewitched, I believe. Would you rather walk through a graveyard at midnight or spend the night in a spooky abandoned house? I've already walked through a graveyard at midnight, so I would say probably do that since I've already done that before. But I mean, okay, I would have to say, I know this goes against the last question of would I ever spend the night in an abandoned haunted building. Yeah, but this one doesn't say haunted. It just says spooky and abandoned house. Yeah, I think I could spend the night in an abandoned house. So yeah, since I've already walked through a graveyard, let's try that. We'll spend the night in a spooky and abandoned house. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but yeah, I think I'd choose that one. 2. Dunk for apples or carve a jack-o'-lantern. I'm afraid of drowning, so I would say dunk for apples. I would dunk for apples. I've done both of them before, so no. This question isn't really a good question for that, but it wouldn't bother me either way. So I would say dunk for apples because that seems more fun. Third one would be, would you rather be allowed to eat as much Halloween candy as you want for a week, but then have what is left taken away? Ooh. Or be allowed to eat only one piece a day, but never have it taken away. Be allowed to eat only one piece of candy a day, but never have it taken away. Yeah, because if it gets taken away, is it taken away forever? Like I never get candy ever again? Or do I only get one piece of candy a day, but never have it taken away? Yeah, I'd do the second one. Be allowed to eat only one piece of candy a day, but never have it taken away. That's the one. Alright, would you rather meet a vampire or meet a werewolf? Ooh. Meet a vampire or meet a werewolf. I accented the meet because the next one is be a vampire or be a werewolf. I would rather be a werewolf and meet a vampire. So I just knocked out 2 questions with 1 stone. None of that made sense. I'm sorry. Anyways, yes, I would be a werewolf and meet a vampire. Would you rather read a spooky story or see a spooky movie? Come on. I mean, I'd rather see a spooky movie, but I do like reading spooky books, spooky stories. So, I mean, I'd rather see a spooky movie than read a spooky book, but yeah, I'd rather see a spooky movie. Would you rather have a costume that is really amazing but also very uncomfortable, or have a costume that is not that is not anything at all special, but is comfortable to wear. Screw it. I'd take the uncomfortability. I would, I'd wear something that's worth having that entertainment towards people, worth people being like, oh my gosh, look at that. That's so cool. Rather than being comfortable and people being like, look at that. He didn't even try for Halloween. What's he thinking? Huh. He didn't even wear a mask. He might as well just go out on his own. Look at him, just walking. Getting candy, taking it from kids. What a fucking dick shit. Yeah, I would rather have something amazing and uncomfortable than something not very amazing and comfortable. Because, I just like to entertain people, I guess. I don't know. That's where that comes from. I want people to look at my costume and be like, oh, that's actually really cool. I don't care if I win a fucking costume contest, as long as people are looking and being like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I would rather be uncomfortable and wear a cool costume than be comfortable and wear a not cool costume. Number 8. I don't know. I haven't been keeping count on this one, so I guess just bear with me. Number 8. Would you rather have a homemade costume or a store-bought costume? I'm not good with making costumes. I've tried it one year and it just didn't work out. I know my wife's pretty good if she had the right sewing machine. That's a story for something else later on, but yes. If she had the right sewing machine, I'm sure she can make an amazing costume. But for right now, I don't really like store-bought costumes either because they're just not really well put together. But if we're talking about like an actual costume made by a costume designer that is actually using actual real clothing material, then yeah, I'd probably go with a store-bought one, spend the extra money to get an actual cool costume. But, going to Spirit Halloween, nothing against them, but going to their store or like Walmart and getting the prepackaged, oh, this is a cool costume. Yeah, I just don't like the fabric that they use, and it's easily ripped and it's never quite right as far as fitting goes. And they never look like what the packaging looks like. I would rather have somebody make me a costume and make me look like how they want me to look like, instead of having, the store-bought one, the store-bought uncomfortable feeling. So if it was store-bought, but somebody actually put time and effort into making it, yeah, I'd choose that. But if it's homemade and like exactly to a T with real fabric and real stuff you would wear on a normal day basis, then yeah, I would have the homemade costume. I'd go with the homemade costume because it's easier to create your own costume. Like I said, I can't create my own costume. I'd probably have somebody help me with it or do it for me. But yeah, I'd go with the homemade costume. Question 9. Would you rather get 20 of your favorite treats on Halloween or get 50 treats that are not your favorites on Halloween? So get 20 of my favorite treats or get 50 treats that aren't my favorite. 20 of my favorites, because get 50 that aren't my favorite. What if I get one that I really hate? So I would say 20 of my favorites. Question 10. Would you rather go trick-or-treating with a group of friends or get paid $20 to take a little kid trick-or-treating? Well, oh man. I mean, $20 is $20, but man, it's gas. That's gas money. Oh man, this one's hard. Go trick-or-treating with a group of friends or get paid $20 to take a little kid trick-or-treating. fuck it. I go with my friends. I love my friends. So I would go trick-or-treating with my friends. I know I'm fucking 26. So that is a little weird having a 26-year-old coming up to your house, especially if they have a kid who's not with them trick-or-treating. But yeah. But I'd still go trick-or-treating with my friends. I love trick-or-treating. It was always fun. Question 11. Would you rather go to a really great Halloween party where you did not know anyone, or go to a kind of lame Halloween party where you knew almost everyone there? Okay, so this is another situation where I've done both. I've gone to a party where I've did not know anybody. I had no idea who I was around, and I felt very uncomfortable and very awkward, and I left very early. But I also went to one where I was around a lot of people that I knew, and we were all dressed up, but I still felt very awkward because everybody else had a partner, I guess, and I was all alone. So I felt awkward because everybody ended up making out at the end of the night, and I was still left there in the corner watching everybody kissing while I was drinking my punch and eating some cake and doing the whole loner thing like I always do. Anyways, I'd rather go to a great Halloween party because at least they're all mingling and focused on the party itself instead of fucking eating each other's faces. So I would say go to a great Halloween party where I didn't know anybody because I could always meet somebody there. So yeah, I'd say go to a great Halloween party versus being one where I knew everybody. Question 12. Would you rather win a contest for having the best costume or win a contest for making the best jack-o'-lantern? Best costume. You guys already know how I feel about costumes. So yeah, I would rather win a contest for best costume versus the best jack-o'-lantern because let's face it, I'm not the greatest artist to begin with. So I would basically carve the regular triangled eyes, upside down triangle nose, and then the goofy teeth jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, I would rather win a contest for having the best costume instead of carving a jack-o'-lantern. Sorry. Question 13, would you rather have to sleep in a coffin or have to live in a giant pumpkin? You know, I don't like the smell of pumpkins, but I am more afraid of tight spaces. So I'd have to say I would rather live in a giant pumpkin because there's room in a giant pumpkin. So maybe it's like the size of my house and I could build stairs and walls and everything else. And hell, by the time it's gonna rot away and whatnot, then I just find myself another giant pumpkin, I guess. I don't know. I'd rather live in a giant pumpkin because I hate tight spaces. Definitely not doing a coffin. I'm sorry, but I would lay in a coffin for maybe a few minutes, but I'm not going to sleep in a coffin because I'm not going to sleep in a coffin. So yeah, I would rather live in a giant pumpkin because that would be cool. You think like, hey, why don't you come over to my house this week? Oh yeah, you got a house now? Yeah, I do. It's a giant pumpkin at the end of the corner. It's great. It's the great pumpkin. So yeah, why don't you just come on over and we'll hang out in my pumpkin house. Yeah, I'd rather live in a giant pumpkin. Question 14. Would you rather have to eat 6 fish eyeballs or have to eat a small frog? Ooh. Can there be a third option in which I don't have to do these two things? Because I'd rather not eat any of them. 6 fish eyeballs. Well, how big are they little itty bitty eyeballs? Or are we talking like a big freaking fish that you just caught out of Lake Mille Lacs or something? Like, man, a small frog. A small frog would definitely have to not be poisonous. I've seen people eat frogs before. They say they taste good. I've had a little piece of frog leg meat, but I don't remember how it tasted. I remember just eating it, I guess. But I'd say I'd have to eat the small frog. I don't like fish at all. I don't like the way fish smell. I can't deal with fish. So I'd say I would go with eating a small frog. Yep. Question 15. Would you rather have to wear your Halloween costume to school every day until Thanksgiving, or have to wear a jack-o'-lantern over your head to school for the first 3 days of November? Well, I've already wore my costume once until Thanksgiving, but I never wore it to school till then. That was my Cookie Monster costume. Man, it's another hard one. I'd rather wear but I don't go to school. I'm answering this question like I was in school, but I'm not in school. So I would have to say wear my Halloween costume to school every day until Thanksgiving. Because if I had a really cool fucking Halloween costume, of course, I'm not going to take it off. So yeah, I wouldn't be embarrassed to take that to school with me every day until Thanksgiving. Hell yeah. That's the one I choose. Question 16. Would you rather help to design and make a haunted house, or go to a haunted house that someone else has created? I mean, I've already gone to a haunted house that somebody else created. So I think, yeah, I would rather help design and make a haunted house, because I think that process would be cool. Like going in and actually being part of the process of making a haunted house and making that experience for other people. So I think I would do that. Help design and make a haunted house, because, I'm all about helping people. Anyways, moving on. Question 17. Would you rather be chased by 5 zombies or chased by a werewolf? One werewolf. Hell, I told you I already want to be a werewolf, so I'd rather be chased by the werewolf and then come back around and eat the zombies. Yeah. But are we saying that if the werewolf catches me and he chews me up, that I don't become a werewolf? Because there's always different ways on how to become a werewolf. But if we're going by the one where the vampire way, where the werewolf bites you and then you become a werewolf, then yeah, I'll go with the werewolf, because I want to be a werewolf. I think I'd be a cool fucking werewolf. I think so. I don't know if you guys do. Let me know if you think I'd be a cool werewolf or not. But I would definitely be chased by a werewolf, and I think I would be a cool werewolf. So yeah, that's the one I picked for that one. Question 18. Would you rather trick or treat in a neighborhood or trick or treat at a mall? Once again, I've done both, so I'd rather trick or treat in a neighborhood, because it's more fun. Because at the mall, everybody's there to hand out candy at the whatever, and you just walk in a big old circle and then you leave. In a neighborhood, you have to go from house to house, cross the street, this, that, up and down, and my alarm is ringing. Anyways, yeah, I'd rather go trick or treat in a neighborhood. It's more fun that way. Plus all the cool decorations. Come on, yeah, trick or treat in the neighborhood. Question 19. Would you rather eat all of your Halloween candy, or trade your Halloween candy for $10? Hell no! I know there's more than $10 worth of Halloween candy in my fucking pillow sack. Fuck you. I would eat all my Halloween candy. Screw your $10. Money's not always worth it. I love my candy. And last but not least, question 20. Would you rather dress up as a devil or dress up as an angel? Well, I'm a Christian, and I do not support the devil at all. So I'd have to say dress up as an angel, just for that simple fact that I look at that. I just answered my last question. I guess I am superstitious, because I feel if I dress up as the devil, then the devil's gonna come and get me. Yay! Cody answered a question from a long time ago. He's superstitious. Yay. Anyways, moving on. Alright, so I ran out of questions and I don't know what else to do. I thought that would take up a lot of time, but it obviously did not. So, as I'm fumbling around to figure something else out here, I think, you know what, I'll tell you this story real quick. Since I mentioned it earlier, I'll just explain it. So, for Christmas a couple years ago, my wife had asked to get a sewing machine. So I was like, all right, I'll get you a sewing machine. And of course, I waited till the last minute. And I looked all over and all the fucking sewing machines were out. So I think I ended up going to Target. I'm pretty sure I went to Target for this. It was either it was Walmart. It was Walmart. Went to Walmart and I got a sewing machine, wrapped it up, put it under the tree, and I got her like a sewing kit and everything else. Like, I was like, I am like the world's best husband right now because I just got my wife. I think we were just engaged then, but I got her a sewing machine and I got her some sewing stuff and all this other stuff, and it was a really cool sewing machine. I liked it. I liked the way it looked, and it looked like it was easy to use and everything. So I was like, yeah, she's gonna love me so much for this. And she opens it up and it's not a sewing machine, it's a serger, whatever that is. But basically it cuts fabric and sews all at the same time, and it's not the type of sewing machine that she wanted. And I was just like, I fail at everything. And it really was I took a freaking shot at the chest for that. But she was, she was grateful that I thought about her and that I got her that, but it wasn't the right one. And yeah. All right, I'm going to click on this one. It's 29 challenging Halloween trivia questions. So let's see if I can answer these ones correctly. What is the name of the Celtic Harvest Festival that many people believe Halloween is based off? Oh, Samhain. Samhain, right? I think that's right. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know, but I'm pretty sure it's Samhain. The Celtic heart, right? The Celtic Harvest Festival. Samhain, yeah. Gosh, I always second guess myself. Question 2. What is a hollow? What is a hollow? It's emptiness of some sort. Oh, isn't it like a holy, like a holy person, like a holy person? Damn, I wish somebody was here to tell me I was right or wrong. Holy shit, this is gonna be awkward. In what year will the next full moon occur? In what year will the next full moon occur? I thought we get one every year. Am I wrong about that? I don't know. Maybe. Question 4. What item is banned only during Halloween from 12 a.m. October 31st to 12 p.m. November 1st in Hollywood, California? Fuck, I don't know. I don't live in Hollywood. What the fuck? Does everybody know that though? Like, what item is banned only during Halloween from 12 a.m. October 31st to 12 p.m. November 1st in Hollywood, California? If you guys know the answer to that, please let me know, because that's kind of interesting. I would like to know that. What popular fall festival activity did the Romans bring to Britain when they invaded? Duking. Duking, because it's bobbing for apples, but duking because I love the Roman Empire, because I do believe that the United States is the new Roman Empire. But we're not going to talk politics right now, but I'm going to say bobbing for apples. Duking, yes. Question 6. Question 6. The word Halloween is contraction to what Christian holiday? All Hallows Eve. If I'm wrong about that, let me know, but it's All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Eve is Halloween. Yep. In the correct spelling of Halloween, where is the apostrophe placed? I didn't know there was an apostrophe in Halloween. Never used it that way. Where's the apostrophe placed? I don't know. In the correct spelling of Halloween, where's the apostrophe placed? Between the E and the N? I don't know. I've never known there to be a wrong way to spell Halloween, and I've obviously been spelling it wrong this whole time. How about the two E's? Put them between the two E's because we need to separate those two from fighting. Yeah, I'll just say the two E's. No. Oh man, I don't know. Guys, tell me, where does the apostrophe go? I don't know. I've never had to spell it with an apostrophe ever. In what two countries was guising the tradition for dressing up in costume and going door to door for food or coins for Halloween most popular? In what two countries is guising the tradition for dressing up in costumes and going door to door for food or coins for Halloween most popular? In what two countries is Halloween most popular for dressing up? I'm going to say the United States and Europe. Oh man. Guising though? Well, since it's... Hold on. I would have to say... Okay, since Halloween is basically a form of the Celtic, I'd say Ireland and Norway, but Norway's not Celtic. Scotland, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna say Ireland for sure, but Ireland. I'm gonna say Ireland and Scotland. I'm just based off of like it's basically Celtic tradition. I'm gonna say Scotland and Ireland, or just because of the Celticness, I guess. I don't know. If I'm wrong, let me know. Question 9: when people go house to house while souling, what do they ask for? Your soul. We want your soul. I don't know. That's what I guess. If people are going house to house while souling, I'd say they're asking for your soul. So it's probably a cult. And it's probably something I wouldn't want to happen around my house. Souling. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this term or these terms or even spelling Halloween with an apostrophe. I don't know what the hell is going on here. So I'm going to say they're asking for your soul. Ha 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 ha. All right, question 10. In what country was the first written account of children using the phrase trick or treat on Halloween? The United States? I'm going to go with USA. I'm going to say USA. So, yeah, we'll go with that. And wait a minute. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, so I just found something out that I wasn't really paying attention to. So I see the questions, and that's all I'm reading. That's all I was looking at was the questions, but there's a lot of like extra writing below it, and within the writing here, it's The answers are written right there. The answers are written below the questions. Well, this isn't fun anymore because now I fucking know. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, so, alright, well, let's try and do this a different way then. What question was I on? I don't remember. Anyways, let's go through some of these answers. Question 1, Shaolin, yes, I was right. Yeah. Question 2, a saint or a holy person. Okay, I said holy person, so I was right there. And the next full moon, 2020. So yeah, I thought we had a full moon every year. I guess that's wrong. Anyways, Silly String is banned in California from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, so the populars, bobbing for apples, duking. I knew that one. It was bobbing for apples was what was the most popular, or what popular fall festival activity did the Romans bring to Britain? It was duking, bobbing for apples. I was right. So, yep. The word Halloween. Yep, All Hallows Eve. In the correct spelling of Halloween, where's the apostrophe go? Between the two E's. It goes between the two E's. I said between E and N, so I was wrong on that one. Damn. In what two countries? Geising, Scotland and Ireland. I was right there because of the Celticness of Halloween. And the last question I just answered, when people go to house while souling, what do they ask for? I said souls, but it's soul cakes. Soul cakes. Oh, actually the last one. I said the U.S. on this one. It was, in what country was the first written account of children using the phrase trick or treat on Halloween? It was not the United States. It was Canada. I was wrong. Alright. Man, this isn't no fun anymore because all the answers are written below. I guess this is supposed to be for a game when you're talking to people. I mean, I do kind of feel like a dumbass now because the answers were right there this whole time. But whatever. Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I fucked that one up for you. I might actually cut all that out. Maybe not. Who knows? Probably not, because, yeah. Damn, that kind of pisses me off, though, because I was really hoping to have, like, an original... Not an original, I guess, but, like... I was kind of hoping that you guys would contact me and tell me what I was right about and what I was wrong about. That would have been fun, right? But, no. I had to find the answers, and now everybody's out there thinking, oh, Cody's a fucking cheater. But whatever. You do what you need to do to make yourself sleep at night. I know who I am. I'm comfortable in my skin. Anyways, man, that really bugs me now. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get out of this mindset. So, well, I hope you like this Halloween-themed episode. I'm kind of getting tired now, so I think I'm going to call it quits on recording. But if you guys have any ideas and anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Just, contact me on Twitter. Do whatever you want to do, I guess. But, yeah, I think I did pretty good on this episode. I did better on my last episode, but I fucking lost all that shit because the fucking Audacity wants to play fucking bad guy right now and, get rid of all my fucking files. Anyways, so, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, if you guys want to be on the show, contact me. If you have any content or anything that you want me to talk about, just get a hold of me, message me, tag me in Twitter, do something, I don't know, interact with me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. It's gonna be a short episode, but yeah, I'm about an hour and 9 minutes in. But who knows what happens when I fucking edit this thing, because there's going to be a lot of dead air that needs to come out. So anyways, yeah, I want to say thank you guys for listening, and as always, bye bye.